The art of beer brewing dates back all the way to ancient Mesopotamia and beyond. Over the last 300 years, brewing connoisseurs believe they have mastered the craft to perfection. The interest in craft and home brewing in the United States began in the late 1970s during what some call the beer renaissance. Recently, the fascination with craft beers has led to a mass increase in demand and consumption. Since 1994, the number of craft breweries has increased from 537 to over 1,600 breweries today. The nationwide phenomenon is even present here in Knoxville, Tennessee. But the question remains, is craft beer and home brewing just a fad that you put on your shelf with your fondue sets and cupcakery memberships? Or is this resurgence here to stay? Marty Zellis is the brewmaster from Smoky Mountain Brewery and has been a beer enthusiast since his first taste of Pilsner in Czechoslovakia.
And I started brewing after a trip to Europe. I have relatives in Czechoslovakia. So my mom would take me and my brother every summer. And when I was 17, I got a taste for the beers over there, the Pilsners, and really liked them. So when I came back to the States, I asked my dad, can you get beer like that here? And he said, no, not really. This was in the late 70s. So I said, well, can I make it in the garage if I learn how? And so he said, yeah, go ahead and knock yourself out.
Each brewer has a unique taste that they try to cultivate within their product. Some brewers prefer heavy malt beer, while others enjoy flavors from the Far East, such as the India Pale Ale. Al Cruson is the co-founder and beer crafter from Downtown Grill and Brewery. He explains his flavor choices and unique methods for producing his distinct beers.
I've written all the recipes, and as compared to some brewers, I'm more of a traditionalist. When I decide on a style, I research that style and attempt to recreate that style as much as possible historically. For example, in India Pale Ale, I looked at the history of India Pale Ales, where they were made, what the water treatment was. Other brewers are really more creative than myself and go outside what the traditional styles are. They'll make an Imperial India Pale Ale of high alcohol content, or they'll make a chocolate pumpkin Imperial Pale Ale. I'm more of a traditionalist, and my recipes reflect that. I haven't had a nationally brewed beer on draft for a while. When I'm outside of the restaurant drinking, I usually look for another craft beer. I don't think it's a fad because you see the same dynamic across multiple things. You see people looking for artisanal cheeses or breads. So the same dynamic works for craft beer.
This new interest in craft beer is causing people to wonder if they themselves can brew their own favorite flavors. With an estimated 1 million home brewers in 2012, home brewing kits are being purchased at rapid rates because they allow for independent creativity of different types of beers. Graham Adams, Dennis Collins, and John Peed are all home brewers who enjoy the freedom that home kits allow for them.
But brewing also, home brewing, there is no end to what you can try next. And I always have 5 things in my head that I want to brew next. And I have to pick between try a little this, a little different ingredients, a little different process. It's absolutely unlimited to the variety and the techniques, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. It's really interesting.
You want to be able to bring your beer and have other people taste it, and people that are sort of in your little circle of they're looking at the beer the same way you are. That's always fun, and you're going to get good feedback. They know how hard it is, and they know the kinds of processes that you used. And there's a huge social aspect to brewing.
The big breweries will always be there. It's kind of my feeling because they got so much marketing clout. But I think that everybody else is going to join the party too, and there'll be a lot more craft beer.
So I think your odds of brewing a good beer now are better than ever. The ingredients have gotten better, the products have gotten better. I think they've gotten better sanitizers now for cleanliness, and I think it's easier to brew beer at home well than it ever has been.
Because of this resurgence of craft beer and home brewing, the year 2012 saw the most breweries in the United States since the 1880s. So it seems the overall good quality and variety of flavors will keep the beer brewing interest alive for many years to come.